Ah, you gotta love how the cult of feminism, and to be sure it is a cult, has convinced modern women to hate men, distrust them, view them as a risk, all day, every day. All to advance feminism's real goal, which isn't to bring about equality or help women to be strong and independent, but instead to control them. Control how women think, control how women act, control how women feel. For example,
Anger I get from making eye contact with a man is like so ridiculous sometimes.
all right, first off, what's with this whole claw thing? I mean, yeah, it's been around in some form for a while, but lately, it's taken on a life of its own. Kind of mirrors the whole crazy eyes thing, and for sure is definitely a red flag. So, anyway, think about what this young woman is saying here and how she's living her life. Feminism, the cult of it, has such a grip on her, such control over her thoughts and emotions, that she literally fears men making eye contact with her at the gym. Or let's be honest, anywhere. Not a man doing something aggressive, not a man saying anything inappropriate, not a man doing anything more than making brief eye contact with her. What's next? Is she going to assume it's some sort of attack on her? Some sort of, dare I say, sexual assault or harassment? Oh, wait. That's exactly what she does.
Look at the hives I just got, literally just from making eye contact with a man. I literally feel so disgusted. I feel like... Don't look at me!
Now, to be clear here, she doesn't overtly say that the man made a sexual advance at her. But the fact she's screaming says it all. And I want to be fair here because she got a lot of flack for that video, mostly from men calling her out on her assumptions and false allegation. And yes, implying a guy making eye contact with her is some sort of assault is in fact a false allegation, though one you'll never find in the statistics. And yes, there were a few women calling her out, but the truth is most of them supported her, agreed with her, cheered her on, agreed that a man simply making eye contact with a woman was akin to him R-ing her. That's how deeply the cult mindset of feminism runs. How ingrained it is, to the point I argue now it's part of their DNA. A mindset that they have created where women live in constant fear of men, 24/7, 365, in any and every situation. It's why false allegations are so rampant, because as we see here, a man simply making eye contact, even for 1 second, is viewed as some sort of criminal assault, an act of aggression, and in her mind, potentially a reason to file a false report of, say, harassment, or go to the gym owner and claim he harassed her. That's how deep this fear runs, that women have to create things in their mind, literally make things up in order to justify the mindset. Because anyone with even a modicum of logic and reason can see how patently absurd it is. Sadly, the cult of feminism has installed that fear, also that these women have no choice but to turn to someone else for, let's call it, protection. And of course, that protection is the cult of feminism. The very cult of feminism that wants to control their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And we have to be honest here. They are very, very good at doing their job. But interestingly, this woman seemed to get the message. Well, at least partially.
Okay. I am just going to say I wish I hadn't made that video, okay? I didn't think it would come off disrespectfully. I am sorry to anyone who got offended at that video. or anyone who doesn't find it funny, whoever thinks I'm really weird for that, like, understandable. You guys do not know me or my sense of humor. Did I think that making that video was funny at the time? Yes, I did. Do I think it's funny now? No.
All right, first off, let's be honest. She wasn't trying to be funny at all. You know it, I know it, she knows it. She meant every single word and scream and wasn't in the least bit trying to make a joke. But as we also know, women cannot and will not take full accountability or responsibility for their actions. Oh yeah, she's trying to, but in reality, she's just making excuses. Excuses to try and save face and avoid admitting it's her deeply ingrained toxicity, her hatred of men, and of course her false fears that caused her to make that video. But let's let her continue.
I took the video down. I'm here to tell you guys that I'm sorry for making that video, and I will not be making videos like that ever again. Okay?
Credit where credit is due. In this case, yes, she took the step to take the video down and says she'll never make a similar video again. She deserves credit for that. Though if you actually believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. But let's stay positive and acknowledge she at least did something, which is something 99.99% of women out there will never do. But sadly for her, another lesson needs to be learned, which is that the internet is forever. While she may have taken that video down, it's easily found, as is evidenced by the fact that I'm showing you parts of it. And that speaks to another falsehood that women, and yes, many men have. That they can say things and then take them back, erase them as if they never happened. And well, as you can plainly see in this day and age, no, you can't. But people, especially women, don't think about that beforehand. They feed off of emotion, not logic and reason. And they use that emotion to post videos, make comments, and spew their toxicity towards men. And then when it comes back to bite them in the ass, they think they can erase it all. Sadly for this young lady, that video is going to hang around her neck like an albatross for many years to come, possibly the rest of her life. And just as sadly, for any man who is interested in her down the road, that video is going to serve as a red flag. And honestly, it's not just about romantic relationships, but potential relationships and interactions she may have or want to have down the road. Sorry, leopards don't change their spots. People are who they are. While she may have made a mistake, and I sincerely think she realizes she did and is trying to atone for it, the fact is she's made it abundantly clear she reacts emotionally without any thought or reason, and showed how she is in turn truly a danger to any and all men at all times. Why? Because she has no problem quickly jumping to conclusions and assumptions and then acting on them. Assumptions like, oh, I don't know, a man simply glancing at her in a gym is assaulting her. She may say she's never going to make another video talking about it, but don't for 1 second think that the mindset is so deeply ingrained in her that she won't do it to another guy, and another down the road. It's not an if, but a when, that some guy is going to get accused by her simply based off of some fantasy she's created in her mind. And again, I do not blame her entirely. I don't think that it's what she wants to do, but it's what the cult of feminism has drilled into her that she does need to do, and that it's okay to do it. And thus, she simply can't stop herself from doing it.
I just, the way I was trying to get my point across was just, like, I thought it was a given that my video was so ridiculous, so outlandish that it had to be a joke. Like, I didn't expect people to take it seriously.
Again, this illustrates the point how women don't think things through, how they react emotionally, as well as how deeply misandry runs throughout all of society. Because why would she for even 1 second think that people wouldn't take that video seriously? Well, I'll tell you why. And let's be fair here. Again, it's not entirely her fault. Because for the past 50 or so years, Hollywood, the mainstream media, politicians, women's groups, and yes, indeedy, feminism have drilled into society that men are buffoons, complete bumbling idiots who somehow can't even manage to feed or clothe themselves without a woman to show them how. You know, the whole "he needs a mommy to take care of him" mantra. It has been ingrained into women that men are something to be mocked, ridiculed, made fun of. That it's okay to make them the butt of jokes, up to and including that it's funny to make videos and allegations claiming they're guilty of things they never did. That it's funny to assault them, commit domestic violence against them, or call them horrific names or apply labels to them. That it's funny or no big deal to send them to prison or destroy their lives by making a false allegation because, either they deserved it or it really doesn't hurt them in any way. So yes, she does bear responsibility. But the fact is, she and all women these days have been taught by feminism, the cult of feminism, that it's okay to do this stuff, quite literally from the day they were born. It is, in fact, how they define themselves and all women as being strong and independent, and why they think that men not being willing to put up with it is because they're scared, afraid, when in reality, it's out of pure disgust.
That's all I'm trying to say, okay? I'm not trying to name call anybody. I'm not trying to, oh my goodness,
Yet, darling, that's exactly what you did. You name-called an innocent man, made a false presumption and allegation against him, and in fact, all men. Please stop. Just stop trying to avoid it. Stop trying to excuse it. Just admit it and leave it at that. But again, she's been taught she doesn't need to do that because it's not fair, misogynistic even, to hold women accountable and expect them to take responsibility for their words, deeds, and actions. And this is a textbook case of just how women avoid taking responsibility and accountability. How they excuse their toxic behavior by later saying, "I didn't mean it," when in fact they did. Every single word of it.
Yeah, I don't want the smoke. I don't want people to dox me anymore. I don't want people to be trying to reach me at my job. I don't want people to be commenting hateful stuff.
And they shouldn't. But again, let's remember, she had no problem doxing that man and putting him, and again, all men, on blast. And let me be very, very clear here. No, she should not be doxed. But it begs the question, is it doxing, or is she getting held accountable and not liking it, and thus claiming it's doxing? That old saying, "you reap what you sow," is something women just can't grasp or think should be applied to them. Yet, it applies all day, every day, and in their minds, it's not fair when it happens to them. But it's perfectly fair when they do it, and do it to attack and demean men.
People are emailing me. People are finding my pages and commenting the worst things ever. People are trying to find my address. People are trying to find my phone number, where I live.
Oh, welcome to my world, darling. Welcome to the world of anyone and everyone who speaks out on men's issues. Most especially, by the way, women who speak out on behalf of men. What I go through is a fraction of what they do. And listen clearly, people. If you're one of the ones doing that stuff she mentioned, you need to stop, and stop right now. It's not fair. It's not right. Holding her accountable online in a respectful manner, which I'm trying to do here, is fine. Though let's face it, women are going to report me in this video for hate speech and harassment and bullying because they won't be able to handle admitting the truth. But trying to cause her to lose her job, or posting her address online, or any of the other things she's claiming are happening to her, and which, oh, by the way, happen to me daily, is crossing the line. And if you're doing that or think it's okay to, do me a favor. leave. Leave my channel and leave the men's issues realm, because you're no different than the feminists. It is being as toxic to them as they are to us. And no, an eye for an eye isn't the answer. Hold them accountable. Yes, absolutely. Try to destroy their life, their ability to earn a living, to show up at their house. As I said, it's not right, and it's never going to be right. Leave that behavior to the feminists. We shouldn't be doing what they do and have done for decades now, which is trying to destroy people, especially men, simply because they can.
I'm trying to say, like, I thought my video was so outlandish and ridiculous, and like at the time I thought it was funny, that I thought it's like other people would assume it was a joke and take it as a joke. And I realize now that it's not funny and it's inappropriate, and I wish I hadn't made it. And I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Again, I want to give her credit for owning up to her mistake. It's more, as I said earlier, than what 99.99% of women will ever do. But I have to say, while she does deserve credit, she also needs to take a moment to self-reflect. Reflect on why she thought it was okay, why she thought it was funny. Reflect on how deeply the toxic feminist mindset runs through her and all women, and then do something about it. Apologies are great. They're appreciated. It is a first step, and one, as I said repeatedly now, most women will never take. But she needs to speak up, speak out, and start telling other women who make videos just like hers by the millions every single day to stop. She needs to take the lessons she's learned and spread them to other women. She needs to hold feminism and feminists accountable for drilling into her and all other women that this behavior and mindset is not just okay, but something to be proud of and spread. Sorry, ladies, but this stuff doesn't make you a boss bitch. It makes you an evil one. The bottom line is, it's women who've created this dynamic, and it's on them to reverse it. Not men, women. And if you're unwilling to do that, if you're unwilling to face the wrath that you're sure to get from the cult of feminism for daring to speak up, which most assuredly they will do, can we really say you've learned anything? I think not.